Hi guys, this is ahead of the competition and we're back with a new video. So today we're sharing some really important tips for the GRE. These tips are general truths and also they're based on our personal experience because we have made a lot of mistakes while giving the GRE and we want to save you the time and the frustration with the help of these tips. Now the GRE is a difficult exam and it can be quite taxing to the preparation time for it and the exam itself when you're giving the exam. So here are some strategic and tactical tips for the preparation time and for the exam itself. So let's get into the tips now. The first is 3 hours before the exam. You have to get up 3 hours before the exam. There's no other option. There's no other option that you have. You must get up 3 hours before the exam because you want to have time to have your coffee, to take a bath, to meditate, to exercise, get some blood flow, to have a proper meal, drink a lot of water, and then you also should have some time left to drive to the exam center as well. So 3 hours before the exam at least you have to get up. If your exam is at 10, you gotta get up at 7. 6 is better obviously, but 7 is like you can't get up later than 7 because you need to reach the exam at least 45 minutes before everybody else comes, as in the sense, sorry, 45 minutes before the exam starts, because um, you want to be there before a lot of people have come there, because you want to be in the first 10 to 15 people who are standing in the line to get it in the queue to get into the exam center, because you'll be allotted a good seat in the exam center, and you'll also have a small edge over the other people because let's say the last guy, the 50th guy in the exam center, his exam will begin at 12 while yours will begin at 10. You see, because he'll be waiting for everybody else to register, everybody else to be allotted a seat. So you can imagine it can make a difference of 2 hours. You don't want to lose that prime time in the morning because you've just had your food, you've just had some water, and you're in the zone. You don't want to lose that prime time, right? So reach the exam center on time and get up three hours before the exam. So the easy test, basically, whenever you give the GRE exam, solve, let's say you're solving the math section, right? So solve all the easy questions first. So it's like divide the test into an easy test and a difficult test. So solve all the easy questions first, solve the easy test, and then you keep the difficult questions. Basically, the questions which you read and you don't understand and you don't have an approach automatically in your head on how to solve it. So those are difficult questions. Save them for the later. Save them for later on. The reason behind this is that sometimes when you spend too much time on difficult questions, let's say the fourth question is really difficult, okay, so you end up spending like 10 minutes on it because it's sending you down in circles. You think you're getting to the answer, but you just don't get to the answer. 10 to 15 minutes, let's say, you end up spending on that question. That has taken away from all the other questions which you could have solved, and which were easy, which you knew how to solve, and it has taken time away from them, and then that leads to really big frustrations, because this question number 4, was equal in marks or weightage to the easy questions as well. So it's not like the more difficult the question is, the more weightage it has or more marks it has. It doesn't. So why don't you solve the easy questions first, right? So uh, that's a tip that a lot of that's a place where a lot of people go wrong. So this is a very important tip. The next is 1 month. So 1 month before the exam, stop doing any new concepts. So let's say uh, uh, you know somebody starts time and work just 15 days before the exam. Now that's really wrong. Okay, so make sure that the first, let's say if you're preparing for 5 months, so in the first 4 months you're done with every single topic of maths, and you've gotten a good amount of practice, and you have even given practice tests. So 1 month before the exam, don't even look at new topics, because that will confuse you, frustrate you, because some topics like permutation and combinations, they can be so tricky, right, sometimes. And permutation combination is basically combinatorics. in GRE. So they can be very, very tricky at times, and you don't want to get frustrated 1 month before the exam, because that 1 month you just need to be practicing, you just need to be giving tests, you just need to be meditating, relaxing, giving time for your brain to, you know, rewire, to grow, so that and you don't want to be stressed out in that last 1 month. So 10 tests. So give at least 10 tests, practice tests, before you go to sit in the GRE. Now, obviously, 10 tests sounds like a lot, right? But trust me, this will really, really help you. The reason being, GRE test is not only about solving the questions correctly, it's about solving those questions correctly when you're stressed out and when you have the constraint of a timer. That's those two, the last 2 points are really, really important. And solving an actual test, a practice test, helps you get a lot of good experience, because you have to solve the test like a real test in those constraints, because you have to be sitting down at one place for 4 hours. But let's say you solve a lot of difficult questions normally, and you're able to solve them easily, right? Or even a lot of difficult questions, but you take breaks every 15 minutes. Now that's not an ideal scenario. That's not how the exam is going to be. You will be stressed out for those 4 hours, and you'll have a timer on your head, and because your brain will be tired after 3 hours, you will start making mistakes, and that's what you want to train your brain for, so that you don't make mistakes. And you want to have the stamina and the mental focus to be able to focus for those 4 hours, and that's why you give those 10 tests. And space these 10 tests out, like every week, or twice every week. Give these tests and keep reviewing your performance nicely. Now, water, food, rest, and breath. These are the four basic concepts, basic foundations of your GRE practice. Drink a lot of water, because this keeps you refreshed and energized. Eat light food. If you eat heavy food, a lot of your energy, or your body's resources, let's say blood, for example, would be consumed, or would be directed towards your stomach to help process all that food. But if you have a light meal, then all that food will help you gain energy for the tasks to come, and it won't slow you down, it won't slow your brain down. Rest. Now, you need a lot of rest, because you need at least 8 hours of sleep, because otherwise you'll keep feeling tired, you won't feel in the zone, you will give up easily, you will make a lot of silly mistakes. And yeah, sometimes a lot of people, they sleep for 4 or 5 hours, they still feel fresh, and they feel that they can easily go through the day without any troubles. But the problem is that when you're solving exams, you'll make a lot of silly mistakes, even if you feel fresh, because you've not slept well enough. And only when you sleep, your brain gets time to rejuvenate and rewire all that circuitry, and grow the neurons in your head. And then that's how you learn, that's how you reinforce things in your head. So get a lot of rest, basically. Breath. Deep breathing increases the blood flow in your head, and it just helps you feel fresher. That's So these four are really the main concepts, the foundations of the GRE practice. Now, meditation. You might feel that meditation is some alien kind of a concept, something that mystics do, and it doesn't really work. But it's actually very, very scientific, and it helps you focus on the moment, and it helps you, release a lot of good chemicals in your head, which makes you feel good automatically, and you don't look for external rewards as often as you otherwise would have. So meditation really helps you focus on the present task, and helps you focus for a long period of time, because you won't be distracted, because your brain doesn't want dopamine that often anymore. So this is a very important aspect of your GRE preparation, because there will be days which will be tough. There will be days which are, where you'll be frustrated because you won't be able to solve a lot of questions, and there will be times when you'll hit the plateau, and you won't go up from there. You'll feel like you're not going up from there, but and in that time you'll require a lot of practice without thinking about the results, without getting frustrated, and meditation will help you with that. So let's look at all the tips again. So get up 3 hours before the exam. Give the easy test first. 1 month before the exam, no new concepts. 10 tests. Solve at least 10 tests before going to the exam. water, food, rest, breath, and meditation. So I hope these tips were very helpful to you, because I mean, because I mean, if you apply these steps, they will be helpful to you for sure, and they will help you improve your marks. So keep tuning into our videos. We'll come up with a new video every day, and thank you for tuning in today. See you and thank you.